Welcome to the Farbrengen on the Sicha, and this is the first Sicha of Acaharie in Chelek Zayin. So the Rabbi asks a question about why the warnings as a consequence of the death of Nadav and Avihu are said once when they die, on the day they died, and another time here in Acaharie Mois, after we go through the whole petting zoo of what you can eat and what you can't eat and the different laws of Tumah and Tahara. So the Rebbe shares this fundamental idea that generally the two ends of the spectrum are people who are inherently professional Jews, the holy people. They're literally paid to sit and learn Torah day and night, Klei Kodesh, write Sifrei Torah, teach children, learn in a koil, Rabbonim, Chazonim, etc., etc. The rest of Klal Yisrael are people who need to engage in the world, and as they say in Yiddish, to make Chalav Yisrael, they have to milk those cows out there, so that Klal Yisrael should have milk for Shabbos. And each one of them will come to a desire which is unhealthy of wanting to be close to Hashem. The desire of the people who are Kodesh to overdose on Kedusha. Because in a certain sense, their choice is to wallow, and this is a modern concept, now that we have people who are exceedingly affluent, anyone who is a Klei Kodesh has given up the desire to be affluent. And if they don't give it up, it can gnaw at their gut. So the only way to avoid that is to become a spiritual narcissist. Decide that the only way forward is 110% overdrive. This is what it's about, and everything else is no good. What's the problem with that? The problem with that is they forget that the whole reason that we need shluchim and rabbonim and malamdim and klei kodesh is so that the people who are engaged in the world can keep a connection to us, so that we can facilitate that they maintain their balance. Now you have the people who are working people. And what happens when you're a working person? You have to understand the world, and you have to go into the world. You have to be of the world. And you need to know, especially today, there's the concept of the people who sell on Amazon. You have to know what's trending, and you have to follow the trends, and you have to predict the trends. And there comes a time where a person, Rahman al-Islam, can be nichshel in losing balance. Because when your 95% of your time is occupied in trying to understand what some Gentile would want to buy at some time, you, after a while, can be nichshel in going to Las Vegas and not there to be mevarer the nitzutzis. So this person is running away from Olam Hazeh. It's disgusting for him. When they get that moment of clarity that 15,000 square feet and whatever else they can possibly think to spend their money on, it's disgusting. So what will they want to do? They want the Yom Kippur experience. They want to be able to turn off their cell phone and sit and think about the Eibishter and everything else. For them, the Hira is Al Yovei B'chol Eisel HaKodesh. It's good and it's important that you remain focused, but you need to remain focused, not be a spiritual narcissist at both ends, and realize that you are where you are because Hashem needs something of you. And when you forget that there's the Hashem part, and it's all about what's better for you, so Rahman al-Islam, people fall into addictions and God forbid and everything else. But on the other hand, Rahman al-Islam, you say this is the only way, and there's absolutely, you look down at people who are balabatim and whatnot. And I think by trying to figure out on a daily basis where on the spectrum you fall in, And what is your challenge? It's disconnecting you from centering yourself on wanting for yourself the highest and knowing that Hashem needs something from you. That is a gewaldige challenge. Have a wonderful day, and may all your traffic lights be green.